Chase, welcome, buddy. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm good. How are you?
Can you list the instruments that you are proficient in?
To be honest, I feel like I'm really just I'm a saxophone player mostly. That's the instrument that I have the training on. So saxophone is the instrument that I feel like I play, actually. And then everything else that I play, piano, bass guitar, drums, sing, blah, blah, are just instruments that I can get by on to kind of like actualize the music that I'm writing. So I never took a drum lesson or piano lesson or a guitar lesson, bass lesson. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm hearing something in my head. How do I get that done? But saxophone is my main instrument.
What's your background with music education? How did you learn?
5th grade, I had the chance to pick up an instrument, and I picked the saxophone in elementary school in Newport. And I had an amazing teacher from like elementary school all the way to high school, and I'm still homies with him. He's my guy. Took private lessons with him, and then just public school system. And middle school, high school, and then I went to college. I went to Berkeley, College of Music, studied saxophone, a little composition, just trying to figure out how to write music, because that, I think, really became my passion somewhere around like late high school, college, where I was like, oh, I actually want to write music. And then by, I think my 3rd year at Berkeley, I became a tutor for like incoming freshmen and sophomores that were either struggling, or almost failing classes and stuff. So I would kind of come in as the tutor to help save them a little bit and relieve them from failing a little bit. And so that was a really good challenge for me, especially as like a 20-year-old trying to figure out like, how do I explain this big concept? And then now I teach through the Newport Festival Foundation. I teach at the Met School. I teach like an internship where the kids basically learn how to play music in a band from the ground up, and by the end of the year they perform at the Newport Folk Festival.
What emotions do you feel when you're able to teach students?
I feel like I have the ability to read the room really well, and I think that that's what makes a good teacher. And so for me, it's always like, the feeling I'm always trying to go after is like, not really a hierarchy between student and teacher. And I also am always looking for like the moment when clarity is felt with a student. And so trying to explain things from a bunch of different angles. It's like, that's what I feel really comfortable doing. And I think as a teacher too, I mean, I've learned so much as a teacher, even about songwriting, trying to figure out how to explain what I'm trying to do so that when I actually am faced with like problems in my own process, I can kind of tell myself, oh, well, what would I tell a student in that moment? And then it helps me.
What's been the biggest takeaway for you as an artist and teacher?
I think the biggest takeaway that I have, the creative process is so confusing, and it kind of like, it exists and it doesn't exist at the same time. And I think that I really have learned that trying and working are two different things, and like the only thing that matters is showing up. That's it. It's just every day you're doing something. You're making music part of your daily routine, and you're documenting. You're not trying to create something. So you're just working. You're doing the work every day. You're finding a low-stakes situation to make music instead of, oh, I have to make this like amazing thing. Because as soon as you have that thought, you're going to make something probably not that good. So, I think that is like a huge, profound concept that I'm working with, that applies to everything in my life. But it really is just about every day just showing up a little bit. And you don't know the process until you're out of it, until you can look. When the dust settles, you go, oh, I made this thing like that, and then maybe in 5 years it'll explain how I was feeling then. But for the most part, yeah, the creative process is very confusing.
Well, thank you very much for coming out, Chase. We really enjoyed your music, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you having me. This was fun.
Thank you.